I'm going to show you how to do a load calculation through Thermal Grid. First thing we can do is we can click on My Purchase Orders, and we can create a new order. First, we can enter in the client information. We can click on the Engineering Analysis tab here at the top, and what we can start with is the square feet. So with the square feet, let's say that you have a ranch style home, and on the main living area it's 1,000 and there's 500 finished in the basement. And the basement's not a walkout. What we would do here for this is put in, for heating, we want to heat the basement as well, so we're going to have 1,000 on the main living area and then 500 in the basement, so that's going to be 1,500. For cooling, let's say that it's not really used for a whole lot, it's naturally cold, we don't really need to include the square feet for the basement, unless it's going to be a walkout basement or there's a lot of appliances down there that's going to generate heat. For number of people in bedrooms, if it's a 3-bedroom home and there's 2 adults and 1 kid, we could say that there is 6. Add it up. 3 bedrooms, 3 people living in the home. As we continue to add items in, it will continue to calculate your BTUs for heating and cooling. So let's add some windows in. We have a couple options on adding windows in. If you're walking around the home and you're entering this information in your tablet or phone, you can do one at a time. And you can pick the type of window, double pane, single pane, direction that it's facing, northeast, south, or west, and then you can save that in. But let's say that you already took all the measurements and most of the windows in the home are the same. And let's say there's 6 that are 36 by 36. You can just change the quantity to 6, and then you can pick your direction and the type of window. We can save that in. For doors, this is where you're going to find patio doors, wood doors, metal doors, any of those types of doors here. For your patio door, you do not need to put that in separately for a window as glass. You can actually just put in the double pane patio door and the dimensions. And it will automatically count what it needs to for heating and cooling based on it being a glass door. We enter in metal door as well. For walls, we have a couple different ways of adding in the walls. If you wanted to go around, the walls are going to be your exterior walls. It's the exterior perimeter of the home. And one way to do it is if you already know what the perimeter of the home is, and the whole perimeter is 136 and your height of the ceiling is 8 foot, you can pick the type of insulation you have in your walls and you can save that in. But if you don't know what the perimeter is and you're walking around the home and entering in all your dimensions, what you could do is do one wall at a time. So let's say the wall that you're measuring right now, it's exterior and it's 14 feet long and it's 8 feet tall. You can add in that one wall, and you can just add in one wall at a time if you'd like. That works very well for homes that have different heights of ceilings throughout the home. But for the sake of this load calc, I'm going to go ahead and remove that back out. So I just click on the circle right here to the left, and I can remove that back out. Once we get to ceiling, the ceiling is going to be, if you have a 2-story home, let's say, and the main living area is 1,000 and the upper level is 1,000, your ceiling is going to be 1,000 square feet. And you can do 1,000 by 1, and that'll put in 1,000 square feet. You can change the type of insulation you have. For flooring, it's the same way. You pretty much have one floor, whatever's exposed to the ground. And for this load calc, we could put in 1,000 by 1 for 1,000 square feet again. But what we could also do is pick what type of flooring it is. Is it over a crawl space, a bonus room, a basement, finished basement, slab? Let's just say for this one we have a finished basement, and we can save that in. And then the last option down here is going to be your ductwork. This means that, let's say that half of the home, it's 1,000 square feet, and this would just be an example, but 1,000 square feet, half of it, 500 square feet is over a basement, and the other 500 is over a crawl space. What you would do there is, since 50% of the home is in a crawl space for ductwork, we would put 50% here. And you can change it to an attic as well. So let's say that it's a crawl space home and half of the ductwork is in the crawl space and half of it is in the attic. You're going to add in 2 sections here for ductwork, one of them for attic, one of them for crawl space, and it'd be a 50-50. But with this home, everything is over a basement, so I'm going to leave this at 0. And just so it doesn't get confusing, it is at 0 right here, but I'm going to go ahead and click this circle here and remove this back out. This would be your load calculation, and if you wanted to submit this, you can click the View Details button, and it breaks everything out individually, and it'll convert what you need for an 80% furnace, high efficiency furnace, and if you needed an air handler, what the kilowatt would be. And you can email this or you can print this right from the system. That is how you do a load calculation. One of the things that you would want to check just to be a part of this is go to make sure that you have the right settings, and the settings will be under Administration, Company Settings, and if we edit this, we can pick our degree days down here to make sure that we do have the right settings for heating and cooling.